You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
I so wish we could play the award ceremony music, but last time we did that, we got demonetized, and I'm not trying to get demonetized.
I didn't even know we got demonetized. You know what that means? That means we gotta find one of those what do they call it?
Royalty free ones.
Yeah, royalty free one. Damn, slacking like the same. Like the Dolphins were slacking during the whole season. So they had a bad season. We had a bad season. It's crazy.
Despite that, there will be some awards. This is the GTD annual awards. We are paying homage to Chris Greer with a little blazer and a hat. Has to be done. The real reason, my trim is disgusting. So it is what it is. Got some big celebrations in the next few days as well. Some Go Time Dolphins birthdays, but we will get to those when those birthdays come round. As always, I am joined by the host of Go Time Dolphins, Charlie. Tell them what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, we here. I'll be honest with you. You know, I love the Go Time Dolphins Awards. You know what I'm saying? We do the award show. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like what we have going on with the awards. This is the third annual, isn't it? Third annual award show.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's the third one. And every time we do the awards, Kadeem, it gives us an opportunity to actually reflect on the season, because we have to go back and, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, that happened. And as I was going through, you know, the image of the year, the play of the year, touchdown of the year, moment of the year, all of these categories, I'm like, man, we lost how many games by one touchdown? You know what I'm saying? By one score game. Or we were in so many games until the fourth minute of the fourth quarter, or last minute of the fourth quarter. It's like, and I say this, and it's not going to be cool to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's not as bad as you think it is. Like we were not that bad, bro. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose those games. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the flip side is if you win those games, people are still going to say, oh, y'all, you won 7 games by one-score games, 7 one-score games. Like, yo, what did that do for Denver? Took them to the AFC Championship. I think we would have been happy with an AFC Championship appearance. Am I mistaken, Kadeem?
I think at this point, fans just want a playoff win. Like, if it's one playoff win and you're out, listen, there'll be fans that be like, oh, we should have got to the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. But I believe for the most part, fans just want one playoff win at this point. Just one.
Yeah, man. So look, you play to win the game. We didn't win the games. We didn't win enough games. I didn't think Mike McDaniel should have been we should have moved on from Mike McDaniel. But just going back, I'm like, man, this was not as bad as we thought it was. There were some games we should have won, some games we lost by less than a touchdown, and unfortunate situations, but we're here. Not only are we here, Kadeem, I say we get into this awards, and got some funny things happening with some of these awards. Like, I was trying to give out awards to the people who deserve them. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But if you could start us off, Kadeem, with the best newcomer of the year award. When we first put the newcomer of the year award as a category, it was because it didn't have to be a player. It could have been a coach, could have been a coordinator, could have been like this year we got Sully coming in. Maybe Sully gets the newcomer of the year next year. Who knows? Hafley next year, who knows? But this year, who is the newcomer of the year, Kadeem? GTD award goes to who?
I've changed my mind. Oh, I say changed my mind. I think there's a late newcomer to the best newcomer award. So initially it was Jack Jones. But before we discuss why Jack Jones, Riley Patterson.
Okay.
I feel like Riley Patterson came in. We assumed at some point that Jason Sanders was going to return. He never did. And I finished the season believing that, or being okay with Riley Patterson being the kicker next season. I believe he set a franchise record. I can't remember what it was. I would fact check that right now. But is Riley Patterson at the very least the honorable mention of the best newcomer award?
So, peek behind the curtain. We actually have the awards. Kadeem just threw an audible last minute and said, "No, we should go with Riley Patterson," and I'm okay with going with Riley Patterson. So I think Riley Patterson gets it, and I think we should mention that Jack Jones almost got it, and then I would throw a name in there also in Darren Waller himself. Replaced Jonnu Smith. Everybody, Jonnu Smith then had a temper tantrum, left to go to Pittsburgh, didn't do anything in Pittsburgh, voiced his concern about, oh, I'm the reason why the tight end means anything in Miami. I don't want to leave. I just want more money. He wanted like $12 million. We were like, nah, we're good. We're moving on. You could go get $12 million with Pittsburgh and not even get the snaps. So that's what he did. And then we replaced him with Darren Waller. And I thought Darren Waller was exactly what I thought he would be. Although he got injured. But this GTD award goes to Riley Patterson, newcomer of the year. And Kadeem, he's actually the reason we can save money and move on from Jason Sanders. And if I'm being honest with you, Sully might not even retain Riley Patterson. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. So Patterson finished the season 27 of 29 on field goals, 93.1% accuracy, the most accurate single season performance by a kicker in Miami history, and fourth among kickers this season. And again, it wasn't like there were some high pressure kicks in the games this year, but not to mention that it was. Yeah, I expected nothing from him. Like I genuinely didn't. It was just like, oh, you'll kick for 2 or 3 games or 4 games because Sanders was on IR. But no, I think there's a chance that we have a brand new kicker this year who's not on the roster right now. But if the Dolphins did decide to retain Patterson, I think he would be a worthy person to bring back.
Image of the year, Kadeem. The image of the year, which I thought was, this is pretty cool. And even going back through memory lane of this year, I'm like, dang, I forgot this happened. And dang, look at this and look at that. And oh my goodness, how did the season end up like this? So Kadeem has a black Go Time Dolphins hat on with white logo. I have a black Go Time Dolphins hat on with the team colors in the logo. The Miami Dolphins came out in, what do they call it? Deep aqua? I don't
know what they call it.
They call it something, but in the black uniforms. And it was the first time. And it was like, you know what? It was a divided opinion. We're feeling it. We're not feeling it. But it was the black unis. And in the pregame, there's an image of Tyreek Hill hyping up the team in the middle of the circle, and that is the image of the year. Like, yo, we might be all right here. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good little look. It was a home game. We got the throwbacks that we all love. But this was the first time under the lights too at night. I'm like, you know what? This is a really, really, this is a moment right here. So even though it's not the moment of the year, it was the image of the year. So Tyreek Hill in the middle of the pregame circle, hyping everybody up in the black uniforms, is the image of the year. How you feel about that, Kadeem?
Yeah, I think, again, like we kind of discussed it just before we went on there, I didn't really have many images of the year. That one did stand out. It's difficult to have like an image of the year in a year in which you lose your GM, your head coach, and your quarterback gets benched. And I think there'll be some, perverse. Perverse isn't the right word. There'll be some people who be like the image of the year was the tweet which said, McDaniel's being let go, or Chris Greer's being let go, or Tua had been benched. But no, I think that the black unis, which not everyone loved, which Go Time Dolphins broke, I think they are very, very clean. And yeah, I think it's a worthy winner given just how clean those uniforms do look.
Most improved of the year, Kadeem. Who gets the coveted most improved of the year award?
Again, in a year in which the three went, Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, and to a lesser extent Tua has probably gone. Losing season, you can sit here and go, well, does anyone really improve? But I think Patrick Paul, and the fact that I don't think many Dolphins fans could have watched his play over the year and gone, this isn't our left tackle of the future. There was skepticism when the Dolphins drafted him last year because it was like we had to run Armstead. Like, why? We still need starters. Why are we taking a left tackle like that in the second round? But I think Patrick Paul stood out this year. He is the left tackle of the future. Just an absolute dominant player at the position, and the future is bright for him. Most improved. He looked okay last year in the limited snaps he did get, but to go from looking okay to looking completely dominant is the most improved player of the year.
When Patrick Paul was drafted, Nick Saban was, I think he was on the ESPN coverage. There was two. It was ESPN and there was ABC, and I think he was on the ABC coverage of the draft. And Nick Saban said, "Man, listen, this guy, he's not ready yet, but he has all the attributes of a great left tackle. If he could just hone in on his talents, he would be a force to be reckoned with." And that's nice. That's a nice compliment from Nick Saban. And it looks like the trajectory of Patrick Paul is going in the right direction. And then that's why you get Patrick Paul receiving the Go Time Dolphins Most Improved Player of the Year award. Player of the Year, Kadeem. For me and my dollar, there aren't many plays where I felt like. Do you remember what the Player of the Year? Oh, you know what? I don't remember. But do you remember Player of the Year last year, Kadeem?
I can find it in less than 10 seconds.
All right. So while Kadeem tries to find Player of the Year last year, there weren't many plays this year to me where I felt like, man, we're gonna take this with us for the years. There were some images last year where I'm like, yo, that image is gonna stick around for a long time. Do you got the Player of the Year of last year, Kadeem?
It was the 2-0 look end around versus the Patriots.
All right, cool. We kind of forgot it, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that. But I remember the image of the year last year. The image of the year last year was the Jason Sanders. We kicked the field goal, and it was the clinching. What was it? Playoff?
Yes.
Yeah. So. Was that last year? Yeah, that was last year. So everybody runs onto the field. The memes are going. The Celine Dion music.
No, we didn't make the playoffs
before last.
Yeah, before.
All
yeah.
Right. But that image, the image of that is like, dang, that's an image right there. You know what I'm saying? Mike McDaniel running the midfield, everybody running onto the field. I thought that was really dope. So there's no plays that really stood out to me, and let me know if I'm wrong about this, Kadeem, or how you feel about it, and let us know in the comments if y'all have a play this year that really just stuck out in your mind. Player of the Year, Go Time Dolphins Player of the Year award goes to the Devon Achane 60-yard run in the fourth quarter against the Buffalo Bills. Dolphins are up 16-6. Achane breaks with maybe 4 minutes left, something like that in the fourth quarter, for a 60-yard touchdown he just looks like he's running effortless. And in all the Achane runs, it looks like, he looks like a man amongst boys when you're playing. I was gonna say a name of a game where you throw the ball up and catch it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he looks like. So hey, so look, you know what I'm saying? Listen, like he just looked like somebody who just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm untouchable. So how you move on from Achane, I don't know how you do that. So, but he gets the player of the year. We put the game away against Buffalo when we weren't supposed to win that game. No one thought we were going to win that game. Buffalo didn't think we were going to be an issue that game. And for him to put the game away, it was like we having a bad season, Buffalo, y'all going to have to take some of this. When at the beginning of the season, everybody was looking at the Buffalo schedule and like, well, I don't see a game where they lose. Look at these, they got all these home games against the good teams. I don't see them losing a game. And then they lose like 6-7 games and don't even they barely make the playoffs, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was a spectacular run. There's a few moments where you think he's going to get tackled, and I think Achane really showed this year that even and the previous years as well. But for a smaller, lighter dude, he rise contact, did he really well. And just it's very difficult to get down. So no, yeah, it's a great play. Again, we spoke beforehand, and I mentioned I think what you mentioned, the Minka Fitzpatrick 2-point.
Yeah, it's a pick 2, not a pick 6. The 2-point conversion to the house,
which kind of the Dolphins needed because they somehow nearly threw that game away.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think probably the correct decision was made to give it to Achane, especially given that it was against Buffalo, it's against your rival, and like you said, no one expected us to win. So yeah, is what it is. Very quickly, we've got some comments. Shout out to FA. He says, "Y'all boys looking spiffy." Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I got the biceps kind of poking underneath this suit right here. Like I'm poking out. I gotta be careful with my movements. I might rip the suit, Kadeem.
Then buy a bigger suit. Just like instead of buying 2 sizes too small, just buy a suit that fits.
Bro, why can't my biceps be getting bigger? Why I gotta get a bigger suit? Like, why? Like, it's fitted. It's supposed to be fitted, Kadeem.
I'm just saying. And shout out to Only Will Survive with a little salute. Where do you want to go next?
Touchdown of the year. There was a bunch of touchdowns where I'm like, this is dope. Like I got some honorable mentions for you, but we decided on one in specific. What's the touchdown of the year?
I think if you got honorable mention first, to kind of like build up to the touchdown of the year.
There was a Darren Waller touchdown in the black unis, the back of the end zone. Matter of fact, I think this was the game where I actually picked him to go. That wasn't. I picked the Steelers game to go off. But anyway, he toe taps in the back of the end zone, and it was like there's no way he came down with that, but he did come down with that. And to me, that could have been touchdown of the year.
Yeah, it was a great throw, especially given that. Yeah, we went from Johnny Smith to Darren Waller. People saw it as a downgrade, but if you look at the 2 the season had, I think the Dolphins, I wouldn't say upgraded, but I think they made the right decision to allow Johnny Smith to go and to bring in Darren Waller. Touchdown of the year is quite interesting because there were 2 touchdowns in the same game, to 2 different receivers, but we've gone with one. Touchdown of the year. It was against the Falcons, but we had Washington against the Falcons, and it's a touchdown where
Malik Washington.
Malik Washington. Where Tua scrambles. They said he couldn't scramble. Runs to his left and throws an absolute dart. And Malik Washington managed to catch the ball, but also fall into the end zone by the pylon.
Yep.
An absolute great throw. A welcome to the moment. A welcome to the NFL moment for Malik Washington. And also looking back at it, going into the game, you're up against, at the time, the best pass defense in the league. Tua absolutely tortured them. And everyone thought, hey, this is the Tua that we love.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is history. But no, that touchdown to Washington. Yeah, a great touchdown. Just the fact that he managed to catch it and stay in bounds, and also the scramble and the off-script play by Tua. Just a worthy winner.
Could have been the play of the year, if I'm being honest with you, Kadeem. And then there's another touchdown in that game where it's the bread and butter dig across the middle of the field. Tua finds a window, hits Waddle. Waddle goes to the house for 43 yards on the opposite pylon, actually. And that was the Mike McDaniel, Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle play. Like, yo, this play is always there. And then that actually was one of them ones that got picked off in Buffalo maybe 2 seasons ago, where it was like, yo, everyone knows where this is our bread and butter. And then they studied it, picked it off. But back on track. This could have been touchdown of the year, that Waddle 43-yard touchdown pass reception. And even though it wasn't the touchdown of the year or the play of the year, we got the celebration of the year with this one. Because this, Kadeem, was when Tua hit us with the one eye celebration because he had pink eye and he covered his eye up. And it was like, oh, and then all the memes came out. He had the visor on, hit us with the one eye celebration, and that is the Go Time Dolphins celebration of the year. It goes to Tua for that celebration. Like, I thought that was pretty dope. I was supposed to come on with the visor, the victory visor, doing the one eye, you know what I'm saying? But I blew it.
No, it was a great celebration. And I think it's also, going into the game, people thought that Tua's eye injury could be a real issue for the Dolphins that game. Turns out probably the best game Tua played all season. And if anything, however he got pink eye, give it to him again for the rest of the season. Like, whoever farted on his pillow, do it again, please. Yeah. Like I said beforehand, that game against the Falcons, probably the best the Dolphins looked all season with the ball. And yeah, like, you go back and watch the game and you just think, why can we get this? I wouldn't say all the time, but the majority of the time. Do you want to go for the moment of the year?
So you're gonna take us through the moment of the year. However, I'll tell you why I had something else for the moment of the year. Moment of the year for me was Tyreek Hill's injury. And the reason why I said, all jokes aside, the reason why I said it was the moment of the year, because that was the moment, like, yo, the wheels are falling off. You know what I'm saying? Like, pardon the pun. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're falling off. Like, this is the moment where it changed everything. So in my head, I'm like, yo, this is the moment. This was the biggest moment of the year. So I gave it the moment of the year. But then I thought, oh yeah, it's an award though. You can't win an award getting hurt. Like, that's not a award-winning moment. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it still was the moment of the year. And then Kadeem had to be like, bro, you're taking a mick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I might have been taking a mick or two. So tell us what the real moment of the year was, Kadeem.
Very, very quickly, like, this isn't an award, but that could very easily be the sliding doors moment of the year. Like, like, for most teams, there's a moment in the season where, like, it changes everything, for better or for worse. You could argue that the 70-20 victory against the Broncos was the Broncos moment of the year.
There's no argument there.
Yeah,
there's no
but
argument.
Also, but yeah, that Hill injury, it kind of birthed the Dolphins' run game that we saw down the stretch of the season. But it also potentially, I don't want to say got people fired because, Chris Greer's probably on, rocky terms as it is, and let's not pretend that Tua has been absolutely amazing since the moment he got drafted in Miami, and Mike McDaniel's issues are there for everyone to see. But if there were to be like a sliding doors moment, I do think it could be the Tyreek Hill injury, because it truly altered or in my opinion, truly altered the Dolphins' season. In terms of the moments of the year,
not just the season, the franchise, like, moving forward, like who knows if Tyreek doesn't get hurt, if McDaniel or Greer or Tua aren't in the same position.
Yeah, it's insane. The actual moment of the year, was one we were both in attendance of. And it's the Jack Jones interception. It's overtime. Dolphin fans are like, yo, why didn't the Dolphins just kick the field goal to win? Washington have the ball, and Marcus Mariota throws an interception. Jack Jones, a great pick, and basically sets up the Dolphins in a great position to win the game and be crowned the victors of the first game in Madrid. Jack Jones had a rough day that day as well. Not a rough day, but had a few like iffy moments. But yeah, shout out to Jack Jones, moment of the year, the interception against the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I think I recorded that play. I think I actually recorded that, like, because I think it was in the end zone I was sitting in. And first ever NFL game in Madrid. And as the rumors have now come out, the NFL, from what I understand, have a basically an agreement in place that they would be returning to Madrid every season for the next, like, for the unforeseeable future. Didn't really say the Dolphins will be the team in Madrid every season. It didn't say that, but it did say the NFL will return every season. So interesting enough, there's a way you can kind of see the Dolphins there. Maybe it's not a Dolphins home game, but maybe it's another team and they play the Dolphins. You know how the Dolphins did it with London, and the Jaguars, that's the Jaguars market, no doubt. So I do wonder if the Dolphins will get the Madrid game, knowing that we're in this rebuild process, and that who's really going to want to fly out there. And as soon as I seen the news, Kadeem, I'm like, I told Bert and LB, I'm like, man, if I knew the Dolphins were going to stink up the joint like this, I wouldn't have went. But then we just get this notification that, hey, the Dolphins might be going out to Madrid again. What you going to do? I'm like, it's so hard to say no. You feel me? So there's a chance you might see me out in Madrid all over again.
I can see a scenario where the Dolphins are in Madrid, Charlie's in Madrid, but Charlie doesn't go to the game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There's a comment about the moment of the year. FA says their moment of the year, the winning streak we started that put us in playoff contention, possibly. What do you make of that, Charlie?
I can't remember what moment that was, though.
I will. So it starts with
oh yeah, I mean, I don't know what specific moment it was, but I do remember, oh, here we go again. And then Tua started talking about, yo, we won 7 games straight before, we went on a winning streak before, and then we actually started streaking, and it was like, yep, like, here we go. Say hello to the 15th pick overall in the draft, because we can't lose right. You know what I'm saying? And then we can't win right either. So we went on the streak. And again, you wonder what the team looks like if you win just a couple of those games. You win 2 of those games that you lost by a touchdown. You win that Carolina game that you're supposed to win. Like, you wonder what the season looks like if you win those games. You wonder what the season looks like if Tyreek doesn't get hurt and you go on that streak. So, yeah, man, to me, I just got to say it again. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's just not. But here we are.
It was Buffalo. So Buffalo was the first game of that winning streak. The 4-game win streak, Buffalo, Commanders, Saints, and Paper Planes. And then it ends against the Steelers, and so does potentially Tua's career as a Miami Dolphin. We have 3 more awards left: Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and MVP. Start off with Defensive Player of the Year. Is this the first time where it was unanimous who the Defensive Player of the Year was?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's not even debatable.
Can I, as I was about to say it, someone did pop up in terms of an honorable mention. I think Minka Fitzpatrick had a good year. Yes, he had them. So yeah, I think if anyone was going to get close to it, it will be Minka Fitzpatrick. And that really is it. Like the defense was so disappointing. Nothing from Robinson, nothing from or not much from Zach Sealer. Just a disappointing year on the defense. But defensive player of the year, it's not close. It's Jordan Brooks, just an absolute tackling machine. And I forgot the kind of like middling nature of the fan base when we picked him up from Seattle. It was kind of like, what are we doing picking up Jordan Brooks for? Like, really? Like, we can do better than that. He's, yeah, an absolute excellent addition and a worthy winner of Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion.
Led the NFL in tackles, Kadeem. NFL tackling leader was Jordan Brooks. Your Miami Dolphins, Jordan Brooks, led the whole league in tackles. How he leads the league in tackles and doesn't get the Defensive Player of the Year award on our team, I don't know how that's possible. So yeah, so he gets the Defense Player of the Year award for here on Go Time Dolphins. We do have Rookie of the Year.
Oh snap! Yeah,
we didn't do Rookie of the Year, but I'll go Rookie of the Year, and it's not the first round pick. It's not the second round pick. It is Jordan Phillips, the 5th round pick. Although his stats do not support it, he was the only rookie that had consistent play, and he actually exceeded expectations. So Jordan Phillips gets Rookie of the Year, get the Rookie of the Year award. But I'll be honest with you, I still don't like that Jonah Savaiinaya is playing out of position. So I wonder what that means for a new coaching staff to come in and a new GM to come in. And I wonder what it means for the roster, shaking up the roster as far as, you still got the best center in the league, one of the best centers in the league. You got a bright prospect and your left tackle, and you have somebody you drafted in the second round that's playing out of position. So I gave it to Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rookies now. Could have gone Ollie Gordon Jr. Ollie Gordon. That's really about it. Quinn Ewers didn't do disgusting when he came in, but I don't think it was Rookie of the Year, honors. Zeke Biggers looked okay when he came in, but yeah, there's no one comes close to Jordan Phillips. And if I'm being honest, or in my opinion, it was a bad year for Miami Dolphins rookies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a positive I'll take is that a lot of them saw the field. So hopefully, it's something to build off with a new coach and staff. FA contests Jordan Phillips getting Rookie of the Year and mentions Jason Marshall, the cornerback from Florida. How do you think he done this season?
I can't argue. I'm gonna argue that. It's not like we're arguing the top of the top. We're arguing like the of the You know what I'm saying? Like, this is cool. Jason Marshall, cool. Who we got for Offensive Player of the Year, Kadeem?
Also, sorry, very quickly, Casual Dole fan says Chubb 3rd. I don't know if that means Chubb a 3rd round pick trade or Chubb like 3rd for Defensive Player of the Year. But if you can let us know. Again, Offensive Player of the Year. There's no competition. It's not close. It's Devon Achane. It is head and shoulders Devon Achane. Disappointing year from Waddle. We know Tyreek Hill got injured. No one else stepped up. Ollie Gordon and who's the other running back, Charlie? My mind's gone blank.
What are you talking about?
The other Dolphins running back, not Ollie Gordon.
Jaylen
Wright.
Jaylen
Wright, yeah. Jaylen Wright looked okay in relief duty. Bro.
Actually, I'll be honest with you, bro. I believe Jaylen Wright's better than Ollie Gordon. I actually believe it. I don't think we'll ever get proof of it because the Green Bay staff that's in the building now, they have a identity thing, and Jalen Wright doesn't fit their identity. Ollie Gordon does, but I still don't think they believe in Ollie Gordon to move forward. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this front office does when that their mantra is fast gets slow, big doesn't get small. That's how they operate. Fast gets slow, big doesn't get small. So knowing that, if you look at Green Bay's previous running backs, you got the Eddie Lacy's, you got Josh Jacobs, you got some big boys over there. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones wasn't a beast like that, but they got some big boys out there. I wonder what that means for Achane and a contract. Do they say, look, we do have an identity thing, but we got one of the best running backs on the league right now. Either we flip them or we keep him and we make an adjustment for ourselves, or maybe we add a compliment so he doesn't have to take all of the load. And if I'm being honest with you, Kadeem, you know, they say, oh, this is what is it? NFC North football. You know, you got a cold weather team and Vikings, although they play indoors. You got Chicago, you got the Lions, and you got the Packers, all of them cold weather cities, right? Reality says we play in the AFC East, bro. And all the cities are cold except for ours. Yep. So you can still apply the same logic. And, this is a cold weather division, although we play in Miami because we're not supposed to be in this division. So, yeah, you can see why they would want to go bigger and stronger. And so I cannot wait to see what we do with Achane, because I don't think we should move on from him. I think we will have our quarterback within the next year or two. I genuinely believe that. Before I said when we should move on from Achane, I didn't think we were going to get our quarterback, but I do think we're going to get our quarterback now within the next year or two.
I'm getting ear to ear only because you finally saw the, but I don't want to say you finally saw the light, but yeah. Again, I'll say Achane, I won't be fuming if he gets traded. I won't be, dancing on tables if he stays. So much would depend on the draft capital that he brings in. But I do think there is legitimate arguments for him to be traded. Just that no one wants to have that conversation, and I totally understand. Casual Dove fan does say that Wright wasn't better than Gordon his last college season. Gordon led the NCAA in rushing yards.
Yeah, that's cool. We're in the NFL now, and I just don't see Ollie Gordon. I think Chris Brooks is better than Ollie Gordon. I like Chris Brooks, and then so did Green Bay. So that's funny how that worked out. And I'm not saying Ollie Gordon's trash, by the way. I'm not saying he's not good either. Which is, we have a pretty good problem to have, which we have some really good backs. But let's give out this last award, which we don't even have to say. We just gave the offensive MVP, offensive player of the year to Devon Achane. He's the MVP of the team. If anyone could find someone else that's the MVP of the team other than Devon Achane, matter of fact, cue it up, Kadeem. Cue up the draft Devon Achane thing. So we give it a second, but Devon Achane is the MVP Go Time Dolphins Award recipient. We should actually print up some of these awards and start sending them to the Dolphins so these boys could be like, thank you for my award. Yeah, But anyway, Devon Achane, we who knows what this season would have looked like without him. I can't imagine what this team would look like without him. There was a bet, Kadeem, where it said Devon Achane, was it 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, and it was like plus 8,000 at the beginning of the year. And I was like, oh, there's you might as well sprinkle a couple of dollars on this thing because it can happen. And it didn't happen. But would anybody be shocked that it did, that it would, or that it could? So Devon Achane, Go Time Dolphins Award recipient, MVP.
Dolphins are on the clock.
Okay.
23 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Devon Achane.
Did the Dolphins go 2 for 2?
Yo! Almost like Go Time Dolphins knew what they were getting when the Miami Dolphins drafted Devon Achane. Almost like we knew it, Kadeem.
What I will say, there's a reason why the Cam Smith reaction isn't there. The Jonas 7-9 one is there. We will see what comes of him. But yeah, Devon Achane, there was no question. And what's interesting is that in past years we've kind of sat here and discussed, at length, and it's like we can't give the same person Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. And I think there's one year when I think both Tua and Tyreek Hill had legitimate argument to win both Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. But we're like, no, we'll split it up, kind of make it somewhat even. Yeah, and this year, the only person who could have touched MVP was Jordan Brooks. The only person. But I think even then, there's no competition in terms of Brooks and Achane. And that's not to downplay what Jordan Brooks done on defense. But Achane was just spectacular. And it makes you it's annoying how the season ended and the team the Dolphins have around a player like Devon Achane, because if the Dolphins got things right a couple of years ago, you could be looking at the most electric offense in the league with Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Johnny Smith, Devon Achane. Instead, we're sitting there going, there's a chance, and it's a small chance, but a chance he could be traded. It's just negligence at the highest level, but it is what it is.
So Casual Dolphin says, neither has done anything in the NFL. I'm still waiting on Wright, talking about Jalen Wright and Ali Gordon. But to be fair, neither of them may never have a chance to do anything because we got Devon Achane. So think of Devon Achane as the CMC, Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson. Why would you want the people behind them to get any type of anything? Like this is who you hand the ball to, and you're happy with it. Now we have some insurance behind them, and I think that's all they should be, is insurance. Like, we don't need them to do anything, but they're there just in case. Before we get into overtime, you got anything else, Kadeem?
Yeah, just like I mentioned before, looking back at the season, for these awards, it's just so much what could have been, so much like, if the Dolphins don't lose against the Chargers, we could be talking about, like the Player of the Year or Moment of the Year is that, fourth quarter drive for Tua to, there was so much what could have been, and just going back and looking at these awards we're just, I'm glad the season's over. I'm glad to kind of look ahead, start looking at draft plays and stuff like that. But that's it for me.
You just struck a nerve. How many times did special teams kill us? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So I think special teams also won us a game too. I think they lost us like 2 or 3 games and then they won us one. But y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Gotta make them lose your mind when it's showtime. Question, nothing to do with awards and stuff like that. You started looking at draft prospects yet?
I did, Kadeem. 'Tis the season. Touche's 24 list is being compiled as we speak. I want to say 8 official. Like, y'all boys is locked in. I don't know. I was like, what, y'all boys want an appetizer? You want me to give you one, or? But
no, I was chatting to 5 Yard Lee, and I was like, I haven't started looking at draft players. Like I haven't started looking in terms of like me sitting down, watching tape, watching highlights. I've looked at a load of mock drafts and stuff like that, and I've listened to people, but I haven't really sat down yet. And I think it's the latest I've taken to actually look at draft prospects. The
Mhm.
only thing I am certain of, and you and no one else can convince me otherwise. Whoever wins the college football, and it might be chosen already. Whoever wins the college football center of the year, draft that person. Listen, I know we got Aaron Brewer. I could not care less. Go and draft that player.
The
That's the only thing I know.
Remington Award winner. It's the
Yeah.
Remington Award, the best center in the college football.
So yeah, but no, I don't know if it's because we've been so bad that I haven't gone back and looked at draft players, but also there's probably more reason to go back and look because we've been so bad, and it's probably worth doing it. So yeah, you're on mute. Still on mute. Okay. Also, what actually? To be fair, one thing before Charlie comes back, and it's I was doing something for work, and I was looking at our figures for last year. Um, it's not often that I kind of take a step back and look at how we get on and do, but I was proud. I was genuinely proud, given that it's been 6 years doing this, and just to kind of recap what made me proud. Um, I think Charlie, you're hearing this for the first time, so just audio downloads, not even on YouTube, just audio downloads. We published 91 episodes last year, 9,199 downloads across 99 countries, and that fascinated me. 99 countries. I know we know like the UK, the US, and it might get like a Spain or a Germany. Charlie, 99 countries. We have listeners in 99 countries. So when we say, the podcast not only goes across the pond, but across the world, truly global. So just, yeah, I find that absolutely fascinating. I want to share that with you and the rest of our listeners.
That is pretty fascinating, and we appreciate everybody out there in all 99 countries. It's crazy. Like I would have never thought, never, ever, 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 across the pond to across the world, 99 countries. Kadeem, can you name 99 countries?
No, I could probably name 10. No, I can name more than 10. Like, if you played in the World Cup, I could probably name it. But 99 countries, listen, for some reason, I still think there's 52 US states. There's what, 50? There's what, 50 states, right?
50 states, bro.
Did you lose 2 states?
No,
I swear you had 52.
No. So a common misconception is that the mainland is 50 states on the mainland, but there's really 48 states on the mainland, and then Alaska and Hawaii are 2 states that are not connected to the mainland, but they're still our states. So people get it confused, like, oh, there's 50 states in the United States, and then they also have Hawaii and Alaska, so that makes 52. But no, 48 states on the mainland, and then 49 and 50 is Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah, to me, there's still 52 states.
But I mean, where there's 50 stars on the flag. That's how you know there's 50 states, because the stars on the flag represent the states.
I thought there was 49 stars on the flag.
Bro, you killing our moment, bro. We just had 99 countries, and now my dog is tripping over here.
So, like, genuinely, I thought there's 49 stars on the flag and 52 states. This is why I live in the UK and not the US. So, yeah, learn something new every single day.
Before you went there, I was gonna say, yo, let's go back and forth. You drop a country, I drop a country, and let's see how far we could go. But I think that'll take us some time, and then it'll mess up our award show. Maybe we got all off season to do that.
Agreed. Very, very quickly before we go, I have not tried Haitian food. There probably is a Haitian food place in London somewhere, but it's not something I've ever looked up. But maybe over the next few months, I will try and seek a Haitian food spot in London. Let me know if it's
I
any
mean,
good.
you come to Miami every year. Like that's what it is. Like I don't know how
I'm
you haven't had it.
because I need to try like uh Panda Express and stuff like Red Lobster, dude. I love Red Lobster. When they're I could go Red Lobster every single day. I love Red Lobster.
Hey, they got biscuits. Them biscuits is in the building.
Yeah.
The Red Lobster biscuits, cheddar
Uh,
biscuits.
before we go, quick question: When are we recording next?
I don't know what you want to do.
I don't know either. But the reason I asked is because if we don't record before Wednesday, just happy birthday to the boy Charlie Touche. Drop happy birthday in the comments. Just yeah, I just thought if you don't see if we don't see you before Wednesday, happy birthday. Have a great, amazing day. But yeah, we can work out when to record next off air. Just want to throw that out there.
Appreciate it. Yep, Charlie Touche birthday, February 11, 1983. It happened. Was born in Carroll City way before I started rapping. All right.
You just made your now everyone knows how old you are. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. You all
It
right.
is what it is. Guys, make sure you have the notification turned on so you know when we go live next or we release a video next. And until then, we shall see you soon. And for all the GTD award winners, peace.